Kia ora everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you my colouring plans for November 2025. I am really hopeful that I'll get to everything I've pulled because I know numbers wise I can. I know I've pulled not easy colouring. um yeah, I've pulled a lot of things where I'm gonna have to like think, not like my brainless colouring. So I imagine even though I've pulled all these, there'll be some other things that I want to slot in as well. You know how it goes. Anyway, if you're new here, kia ora, my name is Amy. I am under the weather right now, so I'm probably rambling on things that don't matter. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's try and do this and not destroy my brain. If I show you any book that you would like to buddy with me on or you'd like to colour in as well, please feel free to message me because it's going to make me more likely to complete the page, and buddies are awesome and it's always fun buddying with a person on the page. So yeah, and if you know how much I can do in a month, you'll know that I haven't technically pulled enough books. I'm leaving room for things that impromptu I feel like doing, but also things that other people put up in their plans videos that I decide to buddy with them on. So I like to leave like a little bit of room in my plans for other things as people show them on their videos. But I'm going to start with the buddies that have already been organised already. So the first one is in Leon's Journey, which I'm so excited to get back to. I love Leon's Journey, which we call Shadow's Journey, because it has been coloured inspired by my Black Cat Shadow. So this is Shadow's Journey, and I have a buddy with the wonderful Jess of Colouring Bumblebee, who wanted to suggest doing this full page here of the cat in the pumpkin cart with all the full items. Of course, I'm in spring heading into summer here, so complete opposite season, but I don't color seasonally because, you know, I'm so used to seeing everyone around the world. Not everyone around the world, but I'm very used to seeing at this time of year a glut of full coloring pages. So it's like, yeah, I could color autumnal. Like, I'm not worried about seasonally. I'm just glad to have a reason to color this page. So I have a preset color palette already chosen, and this gorgeous page, I'm really excited to get to it. Jess and I both, wow, I'm doing well with words today. Sorry, guys. Jess put up a video recently of books that she'd like to complete eventually. Leon's Journey made it onto this list. I also did that video inspired by Jess, and Leon's Journey is also on my list. So hopefully we could get a few more of these done because I love Leon's Journey. I'm doing really well with the words today already. This is going to be a fun video, and I was going to try and record some other stuff too. We'll see how we go. Right, Mythomorphia, a book that is so close to completion, and yeah, I put up again that video, books I'd like to complete eventually, and of course Mythomorphia made it on there. I think I've got 11 spreads left. Like, I'm really close with the book. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look at my list. But I had two people reach out about Mythomorphia. One was, again, the beautiful Jess of Colouring Bumblebee, who already has a buddy lined up next month in this book. So I'm going to join in with the buddy, which is this Harpy page. So I just did some quick Googling for some color ideas. I love this purple to yellow blend, so I think I want to do that, but I also love the background of this one, so I've just got them as like some little ideas in place to do for this page. And then Rosalind on Instagram also messaged me about doing a page in the book, so oh, my camera's not really set up for a double, but we're also going to do the Kieran we're doing this page. Which will be a big double to also get done. And once again, I also found a reference of a color palette that I really love. I love this sort of green with a little bit of blue and yellow. So I'm quite excited to already have a plan in place for both of them. Because I've definitely gotten to the point with this book where what I have left in the book, I'm not very, like, I don't look at these pages and have ideas. So going on Google and just researching the monster or the creature and finding something that inspires me definitely helps me get inspired to get back into this book. So I'm really hoping to get both those pages done, because that will be 3 more pages in here and we'll be inching so close to getting done. And then I know it's November and most people start Christmas colouring in December, but I want to colour a few Christmas pages in November, because I feel like in December I never get as much Christmas colouring done as I want. So I feel like we could start colouring for Christmas in November. It's close enough. So I am doing a page in The Magical Christmas by Lizzie Mary Cullen. This is with Amanda from ALLJ Art. And we're going to start with the North Pole page. We have talked about potentially doing more in the Magical Christmas as well, because we both really love Lizzie Mary Cullen's work. So I'm super excited. I had this page marked last year to do, but I only managed to do the Kiwi Christmas page, which is my only spread done in this book. And Amanda's is untouched. So we have quite a bit we can do in this book. I love her work. It's just so easy to come in with ink tints, and it's just very therapeutic to sit there. I don't know, there's something about it that I really enjoy. So I'm excited to get to the Magical Christmas. And then I have a couple of group buddies. So I ended up joining the mythographic Dragonspell group. I only just recently found out this was a group in Jess's live stream that I happened to be in. And I have pulled this book off the shelf a few times since I've gotten it, but I've never actually settled on a page because they're so gorgeous. And I'm just like, I don't know where to start. And usually if that's the case, I just start on the first page. But it hasn't even worked this time. So I joined the group because it's like, I need a kick in the butt to get into this book and to choose a page. So I joined in, and this is the page for November, which honestly, like, I love bright, colourful rainbow and candies, so this is the perfect page for me. I am still deciding if I want to try and do more like pastel candy, or if I go for my bright vivids, or if I go, you know, a bit out there with a colour scheme. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll probably end up doing my bright rainbow colour scheme and then working out the rest of it. But yeah, I'm excited for that because I love this book and I want to actually get a page done in here. So, and it will be good to work in an unworked book. Mythographic Dragonspell by Joseph Catterbag. And then we have my group that I have, which is for the Nalconeko Story of Precious Cats. This is one of my favourite books in my collection. And so we do a page every 2 months. We have just voted on December's page, which is this Christmas tree page. So if I want to, I can make a start at it. However, I do feel like this could be done entirely in December. I'll give you a sneak peek because I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish my Halloween double page spread, so that may be a rollover to November. I'm going to try. I've still got to finish basing, but once the basing's done, the pencils shouldn't take too long. It's just figuring out the last few colours, and yeah, I'm a little. I've got the kitties to base. I've still got to base the two sisters. They take a minute, and then obviously the little toy. The toy is usually purple, so I am leaning to bringing in some purple in their clothes because I need another colour, and I think a purple witch would be cute. And then I can bring a little bit of purple into the candies. It's just, I'm trying not to introduce more colours, but I feel like I'm going to have to introduce purple. But if I keep it more on the ready, I think it'll be alright. And then I can bring some purple and yellow and green and red around. I need to bring some green over here. Like these little things I need to do just to finish off balancing the colours. But I do like how it's progressing. This is just a base. It's very messy, but it's just a base layer. So yeah, that's also something to do in November. I have one to catch up on that I never got to, which is the kitties washing clothes. So I would also love to do that. And then, again, I don't think I'm getting to all these pages. This is just a pipe dream. But there is a hashtag for November, which is the November Mad Tea Party, where they're colouring Alice in Wonderland inspired pages. Um, a few people in the group have talked about potentially doing some pages. It's not like an official group page, but obviously, colour what you want. I love the spread. I've always wanted to do this spread. There's several Alice in Wonderland themed pages in this book, and honest to God, they're stunning. I love this spread so, so much. Can I do another big double page spread that involves a lot of flowers, a lot of roses, a lot of details? And see, I've always loved the color scheme of this, of how you've got the muted but brights, and that I can see working in here too. So I've got it marked. I doubt it. I doubt I'm getting to all of that in there because that is just insane. But could you imagine? So it's all there. It's all hopeful. But those are my. Oh no, there's one more. It's not really a group. It's a hashtag, which is the zodiac themed miniatures Camellia and Jacoba. This is Jess from Colouring Bumblebees hashtag. I always loved Winter 89's Mythical Minis hashtag, but I never got the book until right towards the end where they were almost completed the book. But then I was gifted this one not long after Jess had started the hashtag. I was like, I could catch up on that. And then I didn't. So yeah, I've done the last 3 months because I did the Leo of the Leo month, and then spoiler for completed pages, I've done Virgo and Libra. So the next month's November's page should be, per my calculations, the Scorpio and the Chibi Goat. So I'd like to at least get those 2 done, but then I also want to start working backwards here and start catching up. I believe Aries was the first one that they did. So 4 star signs and then 4 chibis to catch up on as well. And then I would be up to date as well. So that would be quite nice. Again, I don't think I will get to all that. However, I haven't pulled many like cozy or simple books, so this is quite a good one. Once you get them based and stuff, like I knocked out 4 of these very, very quickly. In fact, a lot more than 4. There was a recent video I put out where I locked myself in my art room for 12 hours and I ended up doing, I think, 7 Camellia Adjekova pages in that time. They do come together quickly, so I could essentially knock those all out. Right, on to other books that I've pulled for the month. Alien Worlds. I am fully back in love with this book. So I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of another finished page. If you're on my Instagram, you would have already seen this, but boom, sneak peek. So I finished off my page in the future world. And I'm trying to do this as a very cyberpunk inspired planet. So I've got a set color scheme. Now that I've done that first page, I'm feeling really confident with my technique and I know how I want to proceed. And so I've got 2 pages marked because I either would like to carry on and do this big double page spread or do this one here, either one of just the city. I am avoiding the single creature one, which is this one and this one, because I may introduce some extra colors into those for the creatures. But for now, I want to stick to this set color palette, which means sticking to either of these. I'm not sure which one I want to go to. I'm honestly leaning towards the double, which is kind of wild. But this one I can see how I would do it, so I feel a little bit more confident on this one. So yeah, I'm leaning towards the double right now, and yeah, I would love to start work on this one. Now, to do this, however, I do have to place a Prismacolor order because of all these. I do have, I have a spare black, but I go for a lot of black. I'm just about out of Indifferent Blue. I'm just about out of China Blue. I'm just about out of Cerulean Blue, non-photo blue. Sky Blue Light, I think I have a spare, but if I don't, I'm just about out of that one. I have just about used all my white. There is one, like, I have another little half white because I have a set of old Prismas that someone gifted me. I do have a spare old white. However, that and the black that are in the spare ones, they weren't kept flat, so a lot of the cores are shattered, so I need to get a replacement white. I need to get a replacement neon orange and neon pink, as well as normal pink. This orange is like the one color I know is definitely fine. Lilac, lavender, Parma violet, and dioxide all need replacing. Indigo blue is okay. So apart from indigo blue and orange, and potentially the black, though I'm dubious about my spare black, every other color, like, they're all to about this long. So I cannot proceed without getting at least one more of each of these colors. Because yeah, we're going to use a lot of this color because we've got this planet, we've got the single one. This one will again use a lot of those colors. Like I'm gonna need a lot of them, so I might as well order a couple sets. I am waiting to see if a bit of a sale comes up for Black Friday. It's not really a thing here in New Zealand, but some stores do a Black Friday sale. So I'm just going to wait to see if the one art store that stocks Prismas has a Black Friday sale, and then I will nab a bunch of them. And if they don't, I'll just order them because I'm going to need it. That will just make the difference if I order one or two sets, basically. And then, yeah, once that comes in, I can begin working on the next planet. So that won't be straight away in November, but plans for November. And then I have pulled out my ginormous folder with Addy Day. Now, I have completed the first Addy Day, so I still need to film that flip through of that completed book. Probably not today. But this also contains my my Addy Day Autumn and my Addy Day Winter. I don't care what page I do in either of these books. I would like to actually do a ton of these pages. I love Addy Day. I would like to complete all these books. So if you have Addy Day Autumn, Addy Day Winter, and you want to buddy on any page in those books, please do let me know because I'm down for any page. I haven't marked that one because I'm just like, I want to do all of them. And that's the same thing with Fuzzy Hug. I know it's Fuzzy Huga. I call them hugs. I think it's cuter. And these books feel like a hug. This one is by VB Tinter. And this is the Christmas colouring book. And again, I'm doing this one because I don't feel like I get enough done at Christmas time. Look, there's my solid glitter page. But yeah, I don't feel like I get enough colouring done in the Christmas book. So like this whole book is Christmas. But also some of these pages don't necessarily have to be Christmas. So just wintry vibes and stuff like that. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to pull this one out. And yeah, this is what I did last year, where instead of colouring a square a day or something, each day represents the medium that I use the most that day. So yeah, I coloured every day and then I kept track of the mediums and then I coloured all 24 pages. I quite like that advent calendar. It was a fun advent calendar idea. But yeah, see this one, writing a letter, it's just a bit wintry and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't marked any again. I'm happy to do any page in here. Hopefully we'll get a few of them done and make a bit more of a dent in it. Alright. Fledgling Fairies Special by Christine Karen. Look how few tags are up here. I'm trying not to use post-its, but I've left them in here because it's almost like a... I don't know. But you can see by the fact that there's a bookmark in here instead of a post-its, I completed another page in here. So I have exactly 3 pages left of Fledgling Fairies. I have Odette. I have the Moonchild Fae. And I have Grace Fairy. These are my last 3 pages in here. I don't know which one I want to do. I'm leaning towards Odette, but honestly, again, any, all, like, all, I'd be happy to get any of these done. I'm so close, so close to finishing this book. So yeah, again, if you have this book and you want a buddy, or if you have Christine Karen's works, these works in another Christine Karen book, and you want a buddy, please let me know. But yeah, so close to having this whole book done, and I'm so excited to potentially knock out my second completed colouring book of the year. So Fledgling's Fairies Special by Colouring Heaven with designs by Christine Karen. Right. I have a whip that I would like to do some more work on. This is the Thomas Kincaid Studios Disney Princess colouring book. This is the poster book. And I started this one a little while ago. I love my sky. Like, I am so pleased with how that sky turned out, and I want to carry on with it. This is Beauty and Beast Dancing in the Moonlight. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorites of the movies as well. I love excuse me, I love the way this poster looks as well with the colors, and I am just excited. So I'd love to get some more of the background done. If I can at least get the mountains, the valley, and maybe even the castle and the village done, that would be incredible. So not so much aiming for the foreground, just aiming for the background slash midground would be an amazing start. But yeah, honestly, if I finish the whole thing, it'll be even better. But I'm aware that there's quite a bit of work in this and it will take a while. So just getting a bit more done on here would be incredible, because I love the sky. I'm so pleased with how the sky turned out. But I don't want to rush that because I love it so much. So that's the Thomas Kincaid Studio Disney Princess colouring book. And then the other whip that I want to work on also goes with this colouring book here. So this is the Fern Calloway Fae Fantasy colouring book and the Mighty Nine colouring book, and both of these are by Critical Role. I really need to get my hands on the Bell's House one. They've just released it. It's the third one in this series. And Fern Calloway's from Bell's House. So yeah, it's like third one this size, fourth colouring book they've released. Need to get my hands on it. But anyway, I have a existing whip in here, which is this one here. Now, this is a Choose Your Own Adventure colouring book, and I have not spoiled myself for the adventure. Originally, I was going to do it as a bit of a YouTube colour log. The footage got corrupted, and then I just went, I don't always have the computer space all the time to sit down and record videos, so yeah. But anyway, sidetrack. I have this based with water-based markers, and then I have coloured a little bit with Prisma, but I've still got a lot more to go over and to do all the details. And then I also want to do something up here to sort of blend this together and make this less white. But yeah, I've done the background behind here of the Fae realm, but I've still got all this to go, and then I have to decide where I'm carrying on with that, because I am following it like a story. But I'd love to get this whip finished. It's been a whip for a while, and it's super cute. And I just want to get more into this. But the main reason why I chose this month to try and do this, as well as pull out this one, is because I believe it's the 18th of November on Amazon Prime that the Mighty Nine animated series comes out. I believe it's that day. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this month it comes out on Amazon Prime. So I'm super excited to sit down and watch it, because the Mighty Nine was my favorite Critical Role campaign. It still is my favorite Critical Role campaign. Freaking love it. And I'm just so excited for the series to come out. So I want to color in here while I watch it. So I have done two others in here. I did this one with colors. Still absolutely love that one. Still absolutely love this one of Caduceus. Only done two in here. Love how they've done. So I want to carry on those vibes of producing stuff I love. I have about two, but I could be swayed to other things. So this one of Yasha with the Stormlord behind her, I can see this being really fun to do really interesting with a color palette, because Yasha is mostly black and white, like very minimal color, and trying to get color without putting color in there. That one would be an interesting challenge. And then the other one that I've marked is this one here, which I know, very detailed, but I also just love, love, love how it looks so much. So yeah, I don't know. It's I can be swayed in a heartbeat though for any of these, because they're so cute. The whole book is gorgeous, and yeah, I don't know. I can see myself just completely changing my mind on the day, so I don't know. But yeah, those are the two Critical Role coloring books that I'd love to color in. And then, speaking of fandom books, I got my hands on the Fourth Wing coloring book. Now, I have finished book 1 and book 2. I do not have access to book 3 right now because it is not on my library app. So I've got my fingers crossed that it'll come out soon on my library app as an audiobook, or even as a book I have to read. I'll read an ebook. I prefer audiobooks. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. I did have to take breaks from listening to it because it does get intense at times, but I do appreciate the fact that they put trigger warnings at the start of the book. So I went into it prepared, and then I could step away. So yeah. Anyway, this is one of 2 Fourth Wing coloring books. There's this black one, and then there's a gold one. Now the gold one is actually illustrated by Lydia Fenwick, and that's the one I thought that my bookstore was stocking, but they were stocking this one, which is actually a fan art book. So it's got designs by different fan artists that they've turned into a coloring book, which is such a cool concept. Like, I love the fact that they've done that. And this on its own is, if you like Fourth Wing and you just want a bunch of gorgeous illustrations about Fourth Wing, absolutely stunning. And it's perforated, so you can remove these images and just use them as posters. So it could just essentially be a poster book, to be perfectly honest. It's really gorgeous. But yeah, I've marked this one for now. There's something about this image which is just, I don't know, it's just so sweet. I think it's the color scheme as well, as all those warms with this little bit of purple and the way that colors all blended. Yeah, this one is what I've marked for now. I'm not 100% settled on it. But yeah, there's so many gorgeous ones. There's a lot of like simpler ones too, if I just want to have a bit of a break, but then there's more detailed ones. It's a good mix. So yeah, I'll just have to decide on the day. And then if I can get my hands on the Lydia Fenwick version, then we might have double Fourth Wing colouring this month. But this is an untouched book currently, so would be really nice to also just get a page done here. But yeah, that's the Fourth Wing colouring book. Right, speaking of new books, these are my untouched Eriy books. Yeah, do I think I'm going to get to 3 Eriys in a month? Well, a girl could dream. I'm not confident that I get to all of these, but I've pulled them all out and I've marked a page in each because it would be amazing to try. So we have this Rapunzel page here. I believe this one, oh gosh, I should have worked out which one's which. I think this is world literature, the fairy tales, and then what's that, world literature? I get these confused. I'm pretty sure that one's like fairy tales and folklore, or one of these is folklore and one of these is world literature. I don't know. I just call them like that one's fairy tales, that one's magic, that one's book stories. That's how I tell them apart. So I'm sure someone will correct me. Anyway, Rapunzel. I think it's meant to be Rapunzel. I'm imagining it as Rapunzel. I think this one's really cute. I can see just doing a fun background, maybe distress eggs or watercolors or something in the background, and then coloring her and all the little elements on the page. I don't see that one actually taking overly long. But yeah, I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. I might pull out my washi tapes for her dress too. I just realised the camera's not going to work very well for doubles. I probably should have zoomed out a bit to begin with. Again, I'm doing this with a really not feeling well, guys. The video is what the video is today. That's the mood. Right, the magic book. And I actually just really like this introduction. Again, it's a double, but I can also see we've got a lot of empty background, so I can fill out the background with something, or just a gradient, or I don't know, distress inks again, or there's lots of area to fill out and play in that background, and then you just got the castle, the river, and the little character. But I like the depth here, so yeah, that one is the one that I marked. Because that is gorgeous as well. And then the final one I marked in here is again the introduction page. Now, I know it's meant to be a double, but I kind of just like this side. Don't know if I do that side. But I like playing with the glow effect idea here, so I have marked that one. However, I also have marked in here this page here, because of course Alice in Wonderland. So that's another one that I've marked in here. It's a lot of florals close up. I don't know, but I have marked that one because of Alice in Wonderland. But again, I might just be swayed instantly to something else, because yeah, I do really like this turtle in the hair page as well. Something about that one's always caught me. So yeah, so those are the 3 pages in Eriy that I've marked, because they're all unworked books. And then I also have, as an unworked book, Kuma's Country Colouring Book. I love this book. This is so gorgeous. I keep flicking it because it's absolutely stunning. Like, the coloured examples that are in here are just phenomenal, and it just, yeah. I want to colour in this book with watercolour. I want to do this. I don't know how to do this with watercolour. But I've chosen page 12, which is Kuma's Garden, which is such a sweet little page with all the little plants and the little birds and Kuma planting away. Very springy, very seasonally appropriate. And then I have marked in here where the colour example is, which hopefully you can see there. I just think that is so sweet. And I'm going to either use Inktense pencils, or I might use my water-based marker watercolor technique, which I feel like is going to be the most effective way to do this and give me that watercolor look. So I am leaning towards the water-based markers as watercolor. But yeah, I've got that one marked. I've flipped this book so many times. It's just so stunning. And then the last 2 books that I have pulled, keep in mind that I think I'm still going to have whips that will be rolling over, so I might have some other whips that I want to try and smash out, and there's always impromptu things that come up. And as I said, I also leave room to look at other people's plans videos and see if I want to buddy with anyone on anything, or if they inspire me to pull something out. But the last 2 books that I have pulled is Apple and Forest Girl. I've had both these books for a little bit. They were gifts. They are stunning. I cannot stop flipping them. I love these books. I love the illustration work, and I haven't wanted to color in them because honestly, like, I just love flipping them. I just love looking at the illustrations and viewing these as an art book. So I haven't worked in them yet. Now I have marked 2 pages, and I'm going to try. I admit I'm still hesitant to work in the books because I still view them as art books. And I've always said, because I know these people who've always gone, oh, I can't work in books, I'm scared I'll ruin them. And it's like, just buy another book. It's not necessarily about ruining them. I don't, I just love this sketchy look. Like, that's the thing. I view this as a piece of art. I love the movement and the line way and the way that comes together. And part of me, I don't know if I'm ready to give that up. Like, yeah, but I also, they're coloring books and I want to color in them and I want to try and reproduce this because I also love this. I love the texture in the background and the depth. And again, this has been done very watercolory, and I think pulling out the water-based markers and doing that technique, I think I can achieve a bit, plus with some pencils. I'm excited to try and reproduce it, but I'm also hesitant to touch the book. So it could also be a case of maybe I photocopy it onto different paper and then I can play on there without destroying, well, not destroying book, but you know, that's might be something I lean towards. And so I've got this one marked. I'm just as likely to switch as well my what I would color. Again, I just picked the two that I would see myself coloring if I was to color. But I'm also still, as I say, battling the, because I love the sketchy line art. I love it so much. I feel like I feel like I'm in someone's sketchbook, and I love collecting art books of people's sketchbooks. I've just lost that page. So yeah, it's this catch-22 right now of, I have these ones pulled. I would love to color in them, but I'm still hesitant because I still see them as art books. But if I photocopy them, that might be the way around it. Yeah, I will keep thinking. It's very, knowing me, it's very likely that one day I'll just be like, I'll do it, and then we'll color in it. I know me, I have impromptu impulsiveness that I'll just do it one day. So yeah, but those are the last two that I have pulled. As I said, there's probably still some other things to consider, and there'll be other things that I work on in the month. I may not get to everything on that list because a lot of what I've pulled is detailed stuff or things I need to think about. They're not the easy coloring. Yeah, I've got a lot pulled this month, I'm aware, but I'm excited to get to it. I hope your November is full of lots of lovely colouring plans. What are you planning to colour this month? Once again, if there's anything that I've shown that you would like to buddy on, please feel free to flick me a message. And yeah, may you have a lovely, productive, colour-filled month. All the araha to you all. Take care. Oh, we can put it there. That's cute. Anyway, take care. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.